Assalamualaikum class 7th. Alright guys, so today we are going to do poem number 5, that is The Listeners, and it's written by Walter D. Lamia. This is lecture number 1 and the topic is summary and theme of the poem. Okay, also you guys are going to get the homework at the end of this video, right? Alright, so let's move on towards our picture description. Okay, can you see the picture here? Okay, there are basically three characters. Okay, there are basically three characters here in the poem. All right, so can you see, and this is a man standing here, right? This is a man standing here and this is basically the door. Okay, this is the man and he's knocking at the door. Okay, the man is knocking at the door but no one is answering his calls. Okay, so but first of all, there are three characters in this poem. Okay, there is this man standing here, the horse, the traveler. Okay, basically हम man को कहेंगे traveler. He's a traveler, traveler's horse, and inside this house. Okay, this is the door, and inside this house, because this house is empty for quite a long while. Okay, so now there are some phantoms residing in this house. Okay, so this is kind of a phantom here. Okay, phantom means ghosts. Okay, all right. So these are the three characters. First, the first character is about the traveler. Then the second is the traveler's horse, and the third is the phantoms, whom we call the ghosts. Okay, all right. So the traveler is knocking at the door, but no one is answering his calls. Okay, no one is answering to his calls and opening up the door. Okay, the traveler is knocking at the door, and his horse was standing beside him. Okay, and he was standing on the ground, right? And he was eating the grass. और हम कह सकते हैं horses champ the grass. ठीक है, champed, CHAMP, champ, or the horse was champing the grass. ठीक है, he was chewing up the grass. So this is the picture description. ठीक है, and the house is a deserted house. ठीक है, because it's left alone for quite a while now. Okay, that is why some ghosts have taken over that house, right, which we call phantoms. Okay, so now we are going to move on towards the next topic, that is about the poet. Okay, इसमें हम about the poet पढ़ेंगे, and this poem has been written by Walter D. Lamia. Okay, and he was born in 1873 and died in 1956. He spent most of his life writing poems and stories, mostly for children. So basically he is a poet, and he has written many stories and many poems, mostly for children. His first book of poems was called Songs of Childhood, and it was written in 1902. The main themes he wrote about were romance and nature. His style was simple, and the mysteries of magic and moonlight, the quietness, fascinated him greatly. Okay, so he has mostly written his poems on the mysteries of magic, moonlight, quietness, and because those things fascinated him greatly. These subjects are introduced to him and these subjects are introduced in most of his poems as well. Okay, all right. So in many of his poems, there is a mystery which readers must solve as best they can. This is one of his best known poems, and the reader is left with many questions, right? So the listener's poem is one of his many best poems. ठीक है, and इसमें हमने तीन characters के बारे में पढ़ना है, that is the traveler, the traveler's horse, and the ghosts. ठीक है, which we are going to call phantoms in the poem. ठीक है. Alright, so now we are going to move on towards our summary. Okay, first of all we are going to discuss about the characters. इसमें हम characters के बारे में discuss करेंगे. There are three characters: traveler, traveler's horse, and a group of phantoms, जिसको हम bracket में meaning लिखा है ghosts, जिसको हम कहते हैं ghosts. Now summary. The poem The Listeners by Walter D. Lamia. आप Walter D. Lamia को और The Listeners को आप marker से highlight करेंगे, because that is Walter D. Lamia is the name of the poet and Listener is the name of the poem. ठीक है, so इन दोनों का important words को आप highlight करेंगे with the blue marker. Alright, the poem The Listeners by Walter D. Lamia describes the actions of a traveler who knocks on the moonlit door of a seemingly deserted means empty, bracket में लिखा हुआ इसका meaning home at night. ठीक है, आप लोग ये bracket में जो ऐसा word है, ठीक है, जो ऐसी vocabulary आएगी जब आपकी, ठीक है, तो आपके पास new vocabulary जब आएगी आप उसका meaning bracket में लिख देंगे साथ में. ठीक है, so that you can learn it right there and then. Okay, so the poem starts off with a traveler. Okay, he was traveling with his horse. He had a horse as well, and suddenly he sees a house. Okay, he sees a house, and it was a night time. The time was night. Okay, you have seen in the picture back there. The stars are out, the moon is out. Okay, and when he was knocking at the door, okay, the moon was shining brightly because the reflection of the moon, the rays of the moon were shining brightly at the door.